I'm Kenyon Wah, and I'm the WEEO of WeeCasa Tiny House Hotel. We're the world's largest tiny house hotel, and we're located in Lyons, Colorado. At WeeCasa, we're really a hotel, and we allow people to come and experience tiny homes. Tiny homes are a perfect hotel application, so it allows people to come. You have some of the amenities of home. You have, the ability to come and stay in a tiny house in a beautiful setting. We have a lot of weddings here, but when we don't have weddings, it's basically a 10-acre private park with the river running right through it, and it's a small community showing people what's possible with tiny houses and allowing people to come and stay and visit Lyons, which is a great town here in the Rockies. The town of Lyons, we're outside of Boulder. We're halfway between Boulder and Estes Park. We have a town that's about 2,000 citizens, so we have some great mountain biking trails, hiking trails. We've got some great fly fishing. We've got whitewater, a lot of tubing in the summer, and then in the rest of the year we have great shops in downtown, antique shops, coffee shops, ice cream shops, all of those types of things. And then we have summer festivals. So we have Planet Bluegrass, so we have Rocky Grass, which brings about 8,000 people to town. We've got the Rocky Mountain Folk Fest that comes as well. So it's a great little town. It's halfway to everywhere, and we call it the double gateway to the Rockies because you can get to Estes Park either way, up and around the loop. So this is the Rocky Mountain Tiny House. It's owned by a private owner, but it is 16 feet long, 8.5 feet wide, and I think it gets 13.5 feet in the back. So let's take a look.
And this is a unique wedge-shaped design.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives I think it actually makes it haul a little bit lighter, and it just puts space and headroom where you need it in the loft. So this has an extra long full bed in it.
Oh, wow.
So not quite a queen, but it does give you a little bit more space up there, and it gives you a lot of headroom, so you can actually sit up when you're in the loft.
Oh, and I see quite a bit of storage.
Yeah, this actually this can be off-grid. So this is this is the water reserve tank. We do have propane instant hot water in here, which actually makes it really nice. Gets really hot, really hot water and pretty much an unlimited supply of it. The bathroom is pretty simple. The sink drains right into the shower. It's got a little pocket door that slides out, got a little closet space. So, this is one of the units that somebody actually lives in for half of the year. So I think a lot of our guests like to see that and like to have that experience of, okay, somebody else does actually live in this one. I wonder if I could do it.
Oh, huge amount of headspace up here.
I think the idea for WeeCasa really came from, I'm a backpacker, that's my favorite thing to do. So a tiny house is kind of an extension of backpacking lifestyle. Everything's got to have 2 or 3 uses. There's nothing extra. The biggest thing for our town is weddings. We have about 200 weddings a year in town, and the closest hotel is about 16 miles away. So we saw a lot of people come into town for the wedding, stay for 4 hours, and then get on a tour bus and go back out of town with their wallets. So we were looking for ways to kind of keep people in town, keep their wallets in town, show them all the great things that Lyons has to offer in terms of the mountains and the wilderness and the river, hiking, all the great things that we have here in Lyons. While they're here, come and make a weekend of it. Most of the builders we have here are actually from Colorado. We do have a couple of private builds, So we have, for instance, most of our units are from Sprout Tiny Homes out of La Junta. They build great units. They actually purpose-build a couple of floor plans for us. They're aspen and birch models, which are, some have lofts and some don't. And it really allows for perfect hotel applications. We have units from them, mostly 20-foot, but we do have a 24-foot man cave from them, which is a great unit. It sleeps 6 people. It's got some common areas that you can sit and enjoy. And they're actually some of the units that we'll have available year-round because of the way they're built. They can support year-round use. This is a Sprout Aspen. It's a 20-foot. It was designed for WeeCasa to basically be a hotel suite. So it's got a loft with a queen bed, and a downstairs it just has a small couch and a table. It's 20 feet long, 8.5 feet wide, and 13.5 feet tall. So with all of our Sprout units, we have a single burner induction stove. We have a small fridge. All of our units come with French press coffee that we grind here for our guests. But this is really meant for a hotel type situation. So the bathroom is one of the best features. I think it has the full height, so you actually, even tall guys can take a shower in there, which is nice. So another builder we have is Atlas. So they're out of Longmont. They make one of our most popular units. It's kind of the party cave. It's got a great outdoor porch. People can come and hang out on that. We have one from Rocky Mountain Tiny Homes down in Durango. So that's actually owned by a woman who lives in it part of the year here in Lyons, and then the rest of the year she lends it to us, and she shares it with hotel guests. And then we have a couple of private builds that were built in other locations outside of Colorado. Smallest is 16 feet, and our biggest is 28 feet. So you really get to see the difference. Our office is completely hyperallergenic. I mean, it's got shredded denim insulation. It was made by somebody who was very sensitive to allergens. So, we're showing people what all the different options are. We'd like to get a container house in. We don't have any of those on wheels yet, but all of them are either stick-built or sit-built. And they're all on wheels because we are in a floodplain. They have to be able to be rolled out of here if there is some kind of a weather event. I think a lot of people are intrigued by us actually having a business model around tiny houses. I like to say we own more tiny houses than just about anybody in the world because we own 9 of the houses that we have here. A lot of the builders would like to have units here, and we're interested in talking to builders and having a way for builders to showcase their products. But I think a lot of people come, and when we do tours, we typically have 4 to 5 units open. So we've got 17 here, and during a tour you get to tour 5 of them. So I think that usually doubles or triples the number of tiny homes people have been in their life when they come here and check it out. The thing that's interesting is, seeing what people are doing with tiny houses and seeing how they kind of see their dreams coming true. So we see an interesting demographic that comes through from young people that are just kind of getting started to people that are wanting to totally downsize from the McMansion. Some people that want to use them socially. We're getting a lot of requests for what would it take to open a WeeCasa where I live. And that's something that we're working on, so stand by for that. We're interested in talking to people about that. We are going to grow. We'll have 22 units here next year. The demand to have units here is very high, so we're really excited about just the demand in general. I think even if people aren't ready to make the full move to a tiny house, I think coming and experiencing and seeing what's possible in a tiny house can help people simplify. If it's not to 200 square feet, maybe it's to 1,500 square feet. And really that's one of the things that we want to create here, kind of an environment for people to come and see what's possible. And we're just fortunate to have such a beautiful location. You can walk to town. I mean, it's 1 block to town. So it's really just great to interact with people and see their reactions to the tiny houses.
guys, it's Alexis.
And Christian.
Thank you very much for watching our video.
Yes, and subscribing to our channel.
And don't forget to check out more tiny house stories.
And tours.
Oh, and don't forget to join us on Patreon.
And again, don't forget to subscribe.
See you next time.
Take it easy, guys.